and welcome back to the channel. I'm Barbie.
And I'm Ken. Well, hold on. Hey, Barbie.
Hey, Ken.
How are you doing today? Yeah, we're here to review the latest Barbie movie starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, directed by Greta Gerwig. But before we get into it, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about movies and TV shows and all things entertainment on this channel. And also,
like the video.
Like the video. Like she said, you're a little bit stalled right there.
I was.
Must have Barbie on the brain. But yeah, also be sure to leave us your comments down below. We know that a lot of people saw Barbie this weekend. So I'm sure that somebody that watches this video probably saw Barbie. So leave us your thoughts on the movie and whether or not you're going to see it this week or this upcoming weekend down below in that comments section. So what did you think of the movie?
I really loved Barbie. I really enjoyed it. I thought that it had a great message. I personally feel like this was a love letter to women in general. So
yeah, and like not in an overly heavy-handed way, even though I think that a lot of people are going to interpret it that way, but I did not feel like I was like being preached at or anything.
And a lot of people would disagree with you on that.
I don't feel like I was being told that men were bad either while I was watching the movie. Their flaws, men's flaws as a whole, were definitely highlighted in this film. But it's, you know, I didn't take away from it, I guess, what other men would take away from this, I think, or what we're seeing with people being so divided on this movie. I've even seen a lot of women come out against this film as well, which is, you know, kind of strange. This is, you know, a movie about Barbie having a little bit of an existential crisis. So there are a lot of layers here, and there honestly is a lot to process with this movie.
Yeah.
I actually think there are a ton of layers in this film when it comes to gender roles and things of that aren't just surface level stuff that people can get upset about. So
I just think it did a good job at having, like, comedic parts to it. I laughed a lot.
Yeah,
like
it was funny in parts. I not all the comedy landed for me.
I didn't think so. You didn't seem to be laughing very much.
No, I don't think it was necessarily like all my type of humor. It's not that I didn't think it was funny. I just didn't. It didn't make me like laugh out loud or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you know, there was some good stuff, especially involving Ken, which we'll get to with Ryan Gosling.
Well,
but,
which Ken?
All kinds of Kens in this movie.
That was kind of funny too. You know, everybody in it was Barbie. Like, they were all named Barbie. Yeah. So like all the females were Barbie, all the males were Kens. And so that was just kind of funny. I was a little nervous that maybe the humor wouldn't necessarily work for me. Yeah. But it did. So I was happy with that. Coming out, I was really high on it. I was like, I loved it. I think it was fantastic. I feel like that was very special. Yeah. I was definitely very emotional in the movie. Like, I was like holding back tears for whatever reason. I just didn't want to cry in the theater. I don't know, I felt silly doing it. And then plus I feel like my family always makes fun of me when I'm like crying and stuff. So anyway, I was definitely very emotional.
No, we would never.
Trying to hold back tears. They just had a lot of stuff that like kind of tugged at the heartstrings for me.
Yeah, because Margot Robbie's playing the stereotypical Barbie, so it kind of gets into like what's my identity outside of just being Barbie? Like, that's who I am. All the other Barbies have jobs and purposes, but I'm just the regular, ordinary Barbie that has no purpose. So it's kind of a movie about her trying to find her purpose.
Right, and like that part as well like resonated with me because I've always just kind of felt like I've been floating through life, you know.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way.
What's her name? America, the
America
actress.
Ferrero or something.
Yeah.
She was on like a TV show back in the day, right?
Yeah, she was. Her character, and she has a daughter. I honestly probably liked them the least.
Yeah.
I don't feel like their part of the story met full potential. I feel like it could have, I don't know.
It's very surface level. She's the bitchy teenager, angsty teenager, and, you know, she's the mom that, you know,
misses her kid being little.
And their relationship's not as strong as you can tell that it used to be when she was smaller, and she's kind of missing that. So, and
I mean, she also,
very stereotypical.
You know, her connection also is that she works at Mattel.
Yep.
Which, you know, that is how we get Will Ferrell in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, getting into the story just a little bit, but this is just it was a wild plot, I feel like, for this type of...
Yeah, it was.
It's very ambitious, and I feel like it gets lost a little bit in itself. It almost feels like they kind of had an idea of this kind of story they wanted to tell, but they couldn't even figure out how to quite bring it all together because there's just parts of it that just don't make sense. And I'm not going to get into like details, but just going from Barbie world to the real world.
Yeah.
And the real world is connected to Barbie world, and people in the real world are playing with the Barbies that are in Barbie world.
Right.
But they're still separated.
Well, I think the problem is that the real world is aware of Barbie Land, and then vice versa.
Yeah, that part I had some issues.
But I don't think that it's everyone. It's just Mattel knows.
Yeah, just Mattel is supposed to know. No, not everybody else is supposed to know that. But, if you can see past that, it's a fun movie, Barbie movie, and bright colors and cool, fun characters. And, I enjoyed it for the most part.
I definitely don't think, like some people are talking about how this is a man-hating movie and all of that kind of stuff. I feel like this movie was very aware of what it was doing.
And I thought that at the end of the day, I thought that the messaging was painted as, equally, to both sides.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I took away that you need to find your own identity in yourself, not based on someone else or in what you do, with your like what profession you are or whatever.
How did you like all the characters? Did Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie, did they deliver for you?
Yeah, so I honestly felt like everybody was great. Besides the two, the daughter and the mom.
Yeah.
I didn't love them, but everybody else I felt like was really great. I mean, Margot Robbie killed it as Barbie. Ryan Gosling obviously killed it as Ken.
He was great.
Yeah, he was very funny.
Kate McKinnon, I know you think she's funny. I usually don't find her that funny,
I thought she was great.
I thought she was pretty funny in this movie. I laughed at a few of the things that she did, and the same with Michael Cera. I thought he was pretty funny in this movie. He was. So, and I think the movie's well directed. By Greta Gerwig. She brings a lot of style and flair to this type of movie, and it's her first time, doing this type of like fantasy movie. Like she's done dramas before, but. I think she did a good job. It was written by her and her husband, Noah Baumbach.
Okay, I didn't know that.
They both wrote it together, so... That's
pretty cool.
I'm going to blame the weird storytelling on Noah Baumbach because his movies are kind of strange and odd sometimes, so...
Yeah.
Maybe she could have done better by herself, I feel like. She didn't need no Ken to write this script.
You want to just get into rating it?
Yeah, do you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first. So
okay.
I know everybody is wanting to know, did Barbie surpass Mario for me?
The world needs to know.
So I thought about it, and it did not.
Okay.
It did not. I gave Mario a 5 out of 5. And so I'm going to give Barbie a 4.5 out of 5.
Okay, I mean, that's still a really solid score.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm going to give Barbie... Look, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it, but I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Out of 5. That's not a bad score. I had fun with this movie, but I also had some issues with this movie as well. But I still think it's really fun, and I think you should go see it, and I think that men need to lighten up about the man-bashing part of it. I didn't get any of that. So, but that's our review of Barbie. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Comment down below your thoughts on Barbie. If they're divisive or not, we want to hear it in the comment section below. And then turn on the bell notifications for all future videos and reviews. And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.